Hey guys, this is the Sally character overview. Similar to the last video, I expect you to already know and understand the rules for Funkoverse because this will be a high level evaluation of Sally as a character. This is the character card for Sally from the Nightmare Before Christmas 100 pack. She is a blue-gray character with 2 defense and she comes with a detachable arm minion token. Sally's trait is Ragdoll. At the start of the game, place the detachable arm minion token adjacent to Sally. If Sally is challenged and is within 4 squares of the detachable arm, she may swap places with it. Change the target of the challenge to the detachable arm. The detachable arm minion token might be one of the best minions in the game. It does a great job of keeping Sally standing and taking a lot of the brutal challenges targeted at her. Keeping your character standing in Funkoverse is key to winning games, and the detachable arm helps Sally with that. Sally's first ability is Detachable Arm. This ability is a 1-cost blue ability that says place or move the detachable arm minion token adjacent to Sally, or remove the detachable arm from the board and place Sally in its square. This ability seems straightforward in allowing Sally to place her detachable arm minion token again, but what it also does is give her a way to fly across the map. If you can get Sally positioned correctly in a scenario such as flags, you can place her detachable arm next to the flag, and then for a 1-cost blue, you can remove it and be right next to the flag again. This can easily catch your opponent off guard and win you some games in flags. Sally's second ability is What Have We Here? This ability is a 2-cost blue ability that says Sally and the detachable arm minion token each do a different non-interact basic action. While the power level of this ability is lower than the rest, it is still a useful utility that allows Sally to basically do 2 basic actions in the same action. Many times this ability is situational where you may want to challenge but also get the arm closer to Sally, or even assist a knockdown ally while challenging a rival. I personally do not use this ability often, but if any of you know of some unique situations where it is helpful, I would love to see them. Sally's last ability is Nightshade Soup. This ability is a 2-cost gray challenge ability that says challenge 3, roll 1 extra die if the target is exhausted. This ability is probably the main reason she is a top tier character. Being able to have a cheap but high dice challenge is key to being successful, and if paired correctly with the detachable arm minion token, you can surprise your opponents with a huge challenge at the end of a round. Next, we will look at some pairings with Sally. Batgirl, Dr. Finkelstein, Raptor, and Arya Stark are some of the best characters to pair with Sally, and one of the best attachments to use with her is Fog Juice. Sally works great with most of the blue-gray characters, and you could probably build a pretty decent team with just characters that match her tokens, but she is also good with other characters as displayed here. First, we will look at Batgirl. Batgirl is a blue-gray character with 2 defense. Batgirl does well with Sally because, for one, she matches ability tokens with her, and she also has the movement to help Sally with different scenarios. Batgirl really helps Sally on a scenario like Control, where having high movement to get to the different control locations is key to winning. She also helps with one-off scenarios like basketball and croquet. The next character we'll look at is Dr. Finkelstein. Dr. Finkelstein is a gray-yellow character with 2 defense that comes with an Igor minion token. Dr. Finkelstein is a low-cost character that takes advantage of having multiple minions on the board. Dr. Finkelstein's ability, It's Alive, works well with Sally because her detachable arm minion token is always going to be close to Sally. You need to keep her arm within 4 squares for Sally's trait, so you might as well take advantage of that by using It's Alive. Dr. Finkelstein also has an ability called Brain Scratch that makes your 2-cost abilities only cost 1, which is going to keep your ability token full with this combo. Next is Raptor. Raptor is a blue-gray character with 1 defense that comes with 3 ambush tokens. Raptor is a unique character in that she is one of the few 1-cost characters that is not a liability to use. She mainly pairs well with Sally because her ability token's matching. And like Batgirl, she fills that movement need that Sally has. One key thing to keep in mind when playing with Raptor is to make sure you always have at least one of her ambush tokens on the board so she can use Clever Girl to get back into the action. Using these two characters together, they can go in different routes and be across the map, since they both can avoid getting knocked down easily with their traits. The last character we'll look at is Arya Stark. Arya Stark is a gray-red character with 2 defense. Arya Stark is a great heavy hitter that punishes opponents for challenging. Carrying Arya Stark and Sally together, you can find that if you swap Sally in the detachable arm, you still get to hand out Arya's list. This means that if your opponent is forced to either challenge only Arya or take a hit and challenge Sally's arm, Arya Stark will help make sure your opponent thinks before challenging you and gives you more leeway for going after scenario objectives. Lastly is Fog Juice. Fog Juice is an item that says at the beginning of the game, add 1 gray ability token to your ability token pool. Fog Juice is very straightforward, and pairing it with Sally lets her keep using Nightshade Soup to punish the opponent with 3 and 4 dice challenges consistently. Something new for this video is a counter section. Not all characters have an obvious counter, but Sally is one of them that does. Ron Weasley, Jack Skellington, Thanos, and Doc Brown are some of the examples of good counters to Sally. First, we will look at Ron Weasley. Ron Weasley is a blue-yellow character with 2 defense. Ron counters Sally mainly because of his Reducto ability. Ron can use this to remove the detachable arm minion from the board, allowing challenges against Sally to successfully target her instead of the detachable arm. This ability is cheap, and even if Sally brings back her arm, Ron Weasley can keep removing it every round and just be a nuisance to Sally players. Next, we will look at the rest of the counters to Sally. The other main counter to her is characters with an area of effect challenge. The highlighted abilities here are a few of the many AoE type challenges in the game. One thing about these that makes them counter Sally so well is that even if she swaps the detachable arm with herself, if both of them were initially targetable by the challenge, she still becomes a new target. So that basically means that even if she swaps, you're still going to challenge her, meaning that with these AoE abilities, you will get to challenge both her and the arm. And if your opponent swaps, you just get to challenge the arm 1 extra time. To end the video, we will do a quick overview of Sally's scenario stats. This data has been collected by members of the Funkoverse community from Discord and Facebook over the past couple of years. This chart here is compiled from about 60 games with Sally. On the chart, the areas in blue are wins and the areas in red are losses for the respective scenarios. The scenario Sally performs best at is flags, which is partly due to the strategy mentioned earlier. She also does well with most other scenarios. Leaders is probably her best of the rest, but with the proper team, you could compete in all scenarios with Sally and come home with a lot of wins using her. With all that said, I think Sally is a solid A tier character that has some fun teams and dynamic play styles to compete in all of her games. I'd like to thank you guys for watching the video. Comment which character you would like to see next, and let me know what you think of as Sally as a character. And also let me know how I could improve these videos to make them better and more informative for you guys. If you would like to see some gameplay of Funkoverse, be sure to check me out on Twitch from the link in the description. And if you are interested in joining the Funkoverse Discord, that link will also be in the description. I'll see you guys next time.